Well, my name's Alana. I'm 22 years old. I pretty much grew up around Mentone my whole life. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes maybe 8 years ago. But that's taught me a lot, and I do believe that if you have the mindset of never giving up, life goes on, and I know that there's a lot more people worse off than me. So, just kind of like describe myself. I'm kind of very dedicated, positive, very determined. I hate giving up. I'm a really good listener. I always listen to whatever my partner's got to say, and I feel like I can always give something back to her. Very easygoing, and I might come across, this scary girl that's got tattoos and stuff, but I'm actually really shy in person. So if you come up to me, I'll actually have a solid chat. I'll have time for you. And well, I used to play elite sport like my whole life leading up to before powerlifting. I used to play AFL football for a girls team. Well, when I was really young, I used to play with the boys. And then as I grew up, I started playing girls football. And then I played for Mentone Tigers. I captained the side, won best and fairest multiple years. And then I just won the big award at the end of the year by the umpires. Then I went into playing some cricket. I'm also playing elite cricket. I played for Victoria maybe 3 years. Played for Melbourne Cricket Club. I mean, I still love the cricket now. I just decided to leave the sport behind, and as soon as I was old enough to use the gym, I kind of went into the gym and I gave bodybuilding a bit of a go, and I gave it a go for maybe a year or so, and didn't really feel like it was I couldn't really find my spot in it until I kind of found a powerlifting gym, and I signed up. I've got a coach, and I never looked back since. And I guess now I'm here today competing in my first worldwide powerlifting competition. And people don't really understand powerlifting. I mean, so to sum it all up, you get 3 attempts of each lift. So you squat, you get 3 attempts, you bench, you get 3 attempts, and you deadlift, and you get 3 attempts. And ideally, most competitions are won by using a formula, what's called DOTS. And DOTS is basically how much you lift compared to how light your body weight is. So the lighter you are and the more you lift, the more DOTS you're going to accumulate, and then whoever has the highest DOTS wins, or the highest total. So the lighter you are, the more DOTS you're going to get, or if it's not calculated by DOTS, it's biggest total from all cross attempts wins. I've been competing for 3 years, but I've been training for 5 years. So this is my 4th year of competing though. So yeah, 4 years total. Well, a squat session I usually do on a Saturday because I need his help to wrap my knees and unload plates and all that kind of stuff. So usually a wrap session, maybe 2 hours. If I'm working up to 230, a really top end of my weight. But if it's a bench session, usually an hour and a half. Deadlift, an hour and a half max. So I've got a schedule. I train 4 days a week. So usually on a Monday, I would do an accessory session, which is kind of just to keep my body moving. No compound movement. So no bench, accessory for bench, some lat pull. Body. Tuesday, I would do my heavy deads. Wednesday, I'll rest. Thursday, I'll bench. Friday, rest. Saturday, squats. And then Sunday, recovery day. Yeah. And just repeat that. Yes. So that's a really good question because I've never actually had to I've never had to really explain to anyone why I love powerlifting. But, I love that powerlifting is much more than, simply lifting weights. I mean, it's cool to lift more than guys in the gym and, post cool videos and, 230 is PB and stuff. It does look cool, but it's honestly much more to me. it's kind of about the strength and the mental strength that you can push past any obstacle each day. You're kind of just working to perfect your art, and you're able to showcase it at a competition, which is just like kind of a big party. But I think pushing your mind, stress, nutrition, everyone says they want to be the best, but no one's willing to put in the hard yards behind the scenes. So it does look cool to lift weights and all that, but people don't actually see what happens behind closed doors. So just being able to showcase that and show people is purely a blessing. Yeah. I love benching. I think benching has always kind of been my favorite. I've always been a pretty solid bencher. I mean, I benched 125 at 67 kilos, so it's only like 2 times my body weight. But I love squats and I love deadlifts, so I don't really have a favorite. I love all three, but if I had to pick, probably bench. Definitely, I do have rough days. There are days where I kind of think, am I feeling strong enough today? Or, I'm pretty tired. And then I kind of, speak to my partner about it. And she kind of just really pulls my head in and goes, hang on a second, why are you doing this? You're doing this because you love it. So why are you putting this amount of pressure on yourself? And I think, that's probably the best advice that I ever took away from her is you need to remember why you're doing this, and you didn't get chosen for a reason. You got chosen because you're good. And obviously it's impossible not to compare to what this person's doing or how much this person's lifting. You've just got to really focus on yourself and always believe in yourself, and, just always keep fighting and just keep pushing, because you never know what you're going to be able to achieve. And I never knew in a million years that I would be in this position to compete in America. So, like I said, if you don't ever give up and you keep fighting, I think you'll see success 100% and with no excuses. The upcoming event, so it's held in Miami. So in less than four weeks. It's my first, obviously, international comp that I've done. So I've actually never really travelled. I've only really travelled to Sydney for a comp. That's really about it. But yeah, so this comp's in Miami. It's a worldwide event. It's an open federation, so anyone can join. Obviously, it's an invitation only. It was a sold out event, I think, within like 24 hours. So if you didn't get an invite, or if you got an invite and you didn't accept, you'd probably lose your spot, because it was just such a fast, it was in and out invite. 24 hours was up and it was sold out. So yeah, I think to be better than my last competition though, in terms of my goals, I think just to be better than what I did last time is all I'm kind of focusing on. Always striving to be better than my last competition, yeah. Chip away at some records and some totals, and just keep chipping away at my own game and just go at my pace. Because at the end of the day, I'm so young and I'm already this high up in the game, so there's no need for me to rush anything. Just got to stay patient, and I know my time will come. I'm 22, so got my whole life ahead of me. I guess the stronger you get, you just kind of want to get more strong. It's never end. Yes, there's no end to it. You get a PB and you're like, yeah, it's awesome. It's a good feeling to get a PB, but then you write down and get your next goals on and start working on your next goals. Enjoy the moment, enjoy that you've just done whatever you've done, maybe outdone your old total, but then get back to work and try and work on your next total to be better. You're never the best. There's always someone atop, in line. So if you are the top, everyone's going to want to be chasing you. So you want to always do one more than them. Honestly, just have fun. Like I said, don't put any pressure on yourself. The more pressure you put on yourself, the more harm it's doing. At the end of the day, everyone starts out in different positions, so I think if you don't put too much pressure on yourself and you just go in there and have fun, make friends, it's a good community to just train with a buddy and, get the right advice, hire a coach and do your first competition, jump in doing a comp as quick as you can if you want, if you are wanting to compete, but just get the right advice, I think. My partner, Isabella, she's honestly, without her, I probably wouldn't be in this position today. Like her constant support is purely a blessing, and I only really strive to be half the woman she is to me, and she constantly tells me that I'm good enough, to never give up, to just keep working. I'm already the best in the world for my age class, and it's just to have someone there to remind me sometimes, because I do sometimes not put myself down, but I kind of think, am I good enough? And I've always got kind of her ear to listen to, and when I'm being stupid, she kind of tells me off, and I'm like, shit, all right, I better shut up now, because she's telling me off. So I'm like, she's talking, I'll just be quiet and walk away. She's tough, but it's good. I like it. She's tough on me. Getting engaged to my partner, I think that was 100% the best highlight of 2022. And then obviously, getting this invitation, because this was last year, getting the invite to compete in Miami was just like, I remember opening up my phone, it was like, oh wow, like this is full on. I remember waking up busy, because in their time, it was like, I woke up and they sent it like 2 a.m. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? So I think getting the invitation, and then what else? Being the first junior in history to total 600 dots, and to be all-time number one in the world for my age. It's pretty humble. Kind of excites me that I just want to be better, and I just look to be better, and that's it really. I did my PT course pretty young, so I did it at 16 and 17. And I remember I did my work experience here. So I've been at Crunch for 5 years, but actually, well, really 5 or 6 years. I did my Cert 3 work experience hours here, and Cert 4. And I remember Danielle, who also works here at Crunch, she kind of took me on as her mentor. And she always believed in me from day one, because I was someone that, I just didn't think I was good enough, once again. And she always saw potential in me. She put the time and effort into training me up to being the best that I can possibly be, and then give back to my clients. So if I look back now, I'm so thankful to have had such a good mentor to build me up to where I am today, because I definitely wouldn't be as good as a PT if it wasn't for Danielle, for sure. I think pushing people past their limits. So them coming, showing someone an exercise and then them saying to me, or Alana, I don't think I can do that. I'm like, sorry, what? Yes, you can. You haven't even tried. And then they try and they can do it, and to see how happy they were and so proud. I'm like, I told you, you can do something. Don't say you can't. You don't know until you don't try. And then if you still can't do it, let's work around it. Just never give up, keep pushing, and you'll see great things. So I think seeing people come in and feel better about themselves after me training them is why I love my job. Definitely. I think having an outlet, I think definitely helps. Coming into the gym, putting on some music, just forgetting about whatever happened on the outside, if you had a fight with your partner, or if you're just feeling really stressed out or whatnot. I think coming to the gym, I think the gym is great for an outlet. Even if you're just coming to do a walk, chuck in some good music, to kind of get you going. And I just think you can kind of, it's my way of an escape, definitely. When I'm having a bad day, I sometimes just jump on the treadmill, and I don't even really like walking that much. So it's a good feeling to just jump on the treadmill and enjoy a 30-minute walk. my health, it would be always my number one focus. Being like, diagnosed with diabetes, I didn't really understand how much effort and work goes into that. I mean, you wake up and you're pretty much up for a new challenge. So it's my way of life to just train and feel healthy about myself. And keeping my diabetes and everything else in check first, and then once I'm feeling good and healthy, then I can go hard and drop the hammer. But my health would always be the one thing, definitely. The community that Crunch have built is like probably one of the best communities ever. Like, I don't think I've ever worked in such a positive mind. Like, everyone's so happy, and I love the motto that there's no judgments. Even like it comes down to like your appearance. Just because you got tattoos, you can't judge a book by its cover. Like me, if you don't know me, how do I know I'm going to be this scary person that I am? Come up to me, come have a talk with me. I'm actually really humble, and I love talking about fitness, and I love talking about your goals and stuff. So I think building a community, everyone's really friendly, happy, and it's a great vibe. Build a good foundation, so don't go too hard too quick. So just because the person next door is squatting 50 kilos doesn't mean you can squat 50 kilos. Start light, build a foundation, and then build up. Because really, if you go too hard too quick, that's when injuries are going to start, or you're going to feel sore, or you won't be able to recover as well as I'm going to recover. So don't compare yourself to anyone else. Just do you. And don't go too hard too quick. Take your time. Gym should be forever. It shouldn't be a 12-week challenge or 12 weeks. It should be forever. You want to maintain whatever you're wanting to achieve. I think just don't dwell on whatever happened. I think just move on. Accept that you couldn't do the extra rep, or accept that you're feeling tired. Move on and just try and work on your weaknesses to become strengths. My weakness was probably squatting in sleeves, and then I just didn't dwell on that. I just worked on really bringing up my sleeve squat, and here I am now. I'm hitting PBs. So I think don't dwell on your setbacks. Try and move forward, and as hard as that sounds, it will work if you just keep at it. Just stick at it. Don't fall into that trap. Probably don't compare myself to others. I mean, like, everyone's different. So probably just always keep fighting and never give up, because my younger self couldn't. Like, when I got diagnosed with diabetes, I didn't really have the choice of giving up. So I think that's what actually taught me a lot to keep pushing, because you're going to have rough days, you're going to have shit days, but I think not giving up, when you don't have a choice, you'll never give up. And trust me when I say that, when you get diagnosed with something that doesn't have a cure, unfortunately, you can't ever give up. And this is why I kind of love powerlifting, because it's your own game almost. It's your own achievements. You go out there and you do your own stuff. You can have people in the back room helping you, but you're the person lifting the weight. So I think never giving up is definitely one of the key things I'll tell myself. I'd love to travel with my partner after. So we're getting married. Obviously, get married, and then travel the world a bit. I think do a Europe trip, America. I would love to own a gym. So maybe that's 10 years away.